Yes, here we are, episode 10. Yeah, episode 10, Nick.
Episode 10 already. It's mad, flying by.
It is flying by, and they are coming thick and fast over the next coming weeks into, dare we say it, summer. How's it going? All right?
Yeah, it's not bad, mate. Not bad.
Yeah.
Quiet weekend, no races, just a bit of training and plodding on. Today's weather was dreadful again. It's back to awful.
I know, I still haven't been since Newport Half, but I did say I would take a break. But there was a race on the weekend, and if I knew Adam Bull, last week's guest, was going to obliterate the course record while stopping to tie up his shoelaces on the way, I would have kept him for this week.
Yeah, so...
Explain to me what he's done.
Sandom 20, so 20 miler from Merthyr down the cycle track and back twice. I've done it most years. I was entered, I just didn't go. As I say, I wasn't feeling great, so I just went a long training run around here. But yeah, he won it in 1 hour 50, which you could say obliterated the course record.
What was the course record before that?
Not sure. 153, I think, possibly.
Yeah.
And like I say, he stopped to tie his laces again halfway. And still...
well done, Adam Bull.
Yeah, well done. Great running. Obviously, it's good confidence boost for him as well. Now with Manchester, like he said, he was using it for that, wasn't he, to run at marathon pace. So going by that, he's on, like you say, just got to keep fit, healthy now, get into that start line. And if he's running like our 5:30 miles, he's going to be performing well.
Yeah, so what was it, 20 miles? What's a marathon?
Marathon's 26.2. You got another 10k on top.
No.
Not to mix
it in.
Uh-huh.
But we're all in, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's when it starts with mile 20.
Oh, happy days. So we haven't really got that much to jump on, really, because we were with you last Friday. We were saying before we jumped on, Nicky's got a problem with pedestrians at the moment.
Yeah, they got a beef for pedestrians. It's like groups of people in 2s, 3s, people walking dogs or whatever. Just when you see someone running towards you, and it happens loads. Sunday on my long run, I was doing lots of laps of town and Llan. You can basically see me coming towards you from a mile away, if not 100 meters away. I shout runner. People coming from behind, like, yeah, you can't see or you. I shout. But people coming towards you, they just don't move. They stay 2 or 3 abreast. It's like, I'm not going to turn invisible. I can't leapfrog you. So you end up on the road. It's like, have a bit of sense, like, people. Just move over to a bit. Go single file. I don't want all the road pavement.
Not for long either.
You are, yeah, exactly. I'm past you in a couple of seconds, like. It's like people just, I don't know if they're oblivious, just not thinking. It's like, it's done my head in Sunday. Like, because I've done 18 miles and, like, laps. And just, like,
how much, laps? Mile laps?
I was going, like, people who won't know, Llan Square or Llan School back, town, loop around, maybe up to Nanty back. So I was doing, like, 6 or 7 mile loops, laps. But, like, it was quite busy because it was, like, not bad weather Sunday, so a lot of people are walking and things. Not only Sundays happened, this happened loads, and it just got to me Sunday. People just looking at you like... They
should move when you come into, like...
Towards.
Like, when I'm coming from behind, and it's like, well, you can't hear me breathing. You can't hear my feet.
If I'm behind, I'll always shout. If I'm behind, I will always shout, runner come in, or on your left.
Runner is the equivalent of 4 in golf, like.
Yeah. Runner! Yeah, so like from behind, I understand people startled and may not be able to move. But when you're coming towards people and they're clearly looking at you and they just stay 3-4 abreast, it winds me up. Because I had to step on the road loads Sunday, so it got to me. I even spoke to Arv about it when I come home. That's how much it done my head in.
And what did Arv say?
He said, yeah, I know, I've noticed that when I've been out. What is wrong with people?
Just moving in.
Yeah.
And where we are, they pick up your dog shit as well.
Oh, yeah, well, that's another fucking subject, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Happy days. So, pedestrians, Adam Bull's run. What? I didn't do. Did I do anything on the weekend? No.
No?
I don't think I did. Next weekend, we're going to Bristol for my stag do. So, I might take a couple of hours off Instagram, so don't worry about me. I will be back.
Yeah. We'll try and keep him alive.
It will be alright, man.
Yes. Forward to it.
I am looking forward to it, actually, which is rare for me these days.
Saturday, we got a lot of sport on and we to sit, get drunk.
Yeah, we've got Cardiff Swans.
Yeah.
Swans Cardiff in Swans, isn't it?
Yeah, you lot are home now.
Uh-huh. I only affiliate myself with the Swans to piss Cardiff fans off. But yeah, we are home. And then we've got the rugby. You're not a big rugby fan, are you, Nick? Just like the Lions?
Nah. I'll sit and watch it, but I won't get excited.
There we are. Good. And our guest will not be long. She's just sent me a text. So,
Guys,
very interesting guest on today. So, we'll take a quick breather, me and Nikki, fill up our drinks, and then we will get her in. Welcome back to the runs. We are joined by Emily Marchant. Emma, are you okay?
I'm all good, thanks. How are you?
All right, yeah, not bad. Not bad at all.
good.
Nicky's just been moaning about pedestrians getting away on his run. But I guess you don't get that problem being polite. You probably say thanks for being in my way.
I usually apologise.
Sorry, my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
We're just gonna look. I'm just looking at your Instagram bio. So we've got, bear with me and correct me if I'm wrong anyway. Doctor, PhD, lecturer, 118 half marathon, 247 marathon, 2023 26.2 Welsh champ, 2 Ironmans, first in age grade, third female, Ironman World Champions this year in Nice, member of Team Brav, Ultra, Gold, first in Ultra, 2 long course weekends, 26.2, and second and third in long course weekend as well.
Crammed in a lot in that bio.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive. So,
Thank you.
so what do you do for work, if you don't mind us asking?
Yeah, I'm a lecturer and a researcher in Swans University. So the doctor is what I call a fake doctor. It's a PhD doctor, not a medical doctor. Not one of those real ones.
It looks good, though.
But I get SVT asking me medical questions. And I'm like, no idea. Give me a research question and I'll go for it. But yeah, a fake doctor.
Class. So when did it all start for you, Em? What's your background in other sports and then moved over to endurance, or?
Yeah, exactly that. So, I mean, I played sport my entire life, literally since I could walk. My mum used to tell me this story about I think it was my friend's fourth or fifth birthday party, and all the girls were inside playing with Barbies, and I was out the garden with her older brother kicking a football. So yeah, just sport's always been a part of my life. Mainly football, but everything really. Netball, basketball, cricket, tennis, I don't know, everything. But yeah, football was the main one until sort of my mid-20s. I was a right winger, so used to doing a lot of running, but not really the endurance type of things. And then, yeah, I stopped playing football when I started my PhD, and I needed something to fill the void, to be honest. And just randomly signed up to a half marathon out of the blue, no idea what I was doing, and got the bug from there, really.
We've said that previously, haven't we, on the pod? We both played football Nicky played to a decent level. He played at Wembley once, but we won't get into that because we'll be here till tomorrow morning.
But that'll be another podcast. We said that. Yeah.
But you, I mean, obviously you've gone the full log anyway, Em, but I think after lockdown I stopped playing sports and then started endurance sports, but it was more that I could just get out and get in. It doesn't take up, I don't have to go training twice a week for a couple of hours. Saturday's not a full day, meeting, going to rugby, coming home. It was just fitted around lifestyle easier with like a partner and a child as well then.
Yeah, I can agree more. I think that's partly like one of the reasons I stopped playing was just the commitment at that time when I was like going from working to starting a PhD and not being able to commit to training, games, taking up weekends and stuff. And then, yeah, just something to fill the void. And I've only ever known being active, and I'd had a few friends sign up to half marathons. I thought, it can't be that hard. Give it a go. So yeah, it was that really. It was filling the void, but needing to stay active and moving and doing something.
Oh, good. When was that? What half marathon was it? What did you do?
Llanelli, and I ran 1:43, and I got to the finish line. And I said to my partner, I am never running a marathon. That was absolutely savage. There's no way I could turn around and do that again. But yeah, I must have got some sort of bug.
I think we all say that after the first half. It's like, how can I do that twice?
It is. It feels mental. And like, I didn't know what I was doing with training. I was just going out and like running random distances, no structure or plan or any sort of, format or basis to what I was doing. But yeah, obviously didn't stop.
That's quite a common theme with a couple of guests now. Same with Lizzie at Runner 4, Adam Bull last week as well, where they'd just gone out and you've knocked out something and everyone's gone, whoa, now, do you know what you've just done? And then you've gone, oh, well, so if we do turn the screw on this, what can we do? And then you're starting to get even more hours into it than you were getting into football as well, and then it flicks on his head then as well, doesn't it? It's competitive.
Completely.
Is it?
It is. It's like, I don't know what it is that I find kind of that addictive thing. I think it's like setting goals that when you first set them, they feel impossible. Or before you've even set them, if someone had said to you, going to run this time or do this event or whatever, you'd think absolutely no way in hell. And I think the thing I've learned with running and triathlon is like, it's so cringy, but you don't know what your limit is. You don't know what that ceiling is. And it's like this constant desire to just keep pushing, going harder, going faster, going further. And I don't know when it'll stop. That's the problem.
The problem. That is the problem.
So you dive. Go on, Nick. Sorry,
I was going to say age will probably be the thing that stops you getting fast and competing.
Unfortunately, yeah. So that's it. That's in my head now. My coach has told me I've got another good sort of. Well, I'm 33 now, and I still am improving. And I you see it a lot with endurance, that you see people 40 and beyond almost running PB. So I know I've still got time slightly on my side, but conscious that I'm also running out of time, which is probably that added thing, to be honest, of wanting to just keep going as much as possible.
The problem you've probably got, Em, as well, is you've got pretty impressive PBs to knock down as well, haven't you?
It gets a little bit harder. That's the problem, yeah. And you go from knocking out, 10, 15, 20 minutes off times, and now I'm just looking for like minutes, and it'll eventually probably get to seconds. So
yeah, that's like I spoke with Lizzie, wasn't it? That it's like when it gets this point at the end, it's like seconds every seconds count on every mile, and it's scary then when you think I've got to go that much quicker, and it's hard.
It is, yeah. But it's just as hard. Like, I always think this, no matter what times people are running, the training is just as hard for everyone, isn't it? Like, we've all got different goals and what's normal or fast for us. And it's just as hard, no matter if you're running like a 2:30 marathon or a 4:30 marathon. It's equally as hard, training.
We joked with Derry Griff about this, didn't we? I'm working harder than all of you because it's taking me longer to do my runs.
You're out there.
Do you know what though? Fair play. I always think this in Ironman. Like, you see the people doing 15, 16, 17 hour Ironmans. I'm like, that is badass. Like, not the quick people.
Yeah.
Like, staying out for that long, battling through that's just another level of endurance.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Like, it's same but different, because last year's Cardiff half, I went out the window, and it's like it's like Jekyll and Hyde and walking around Roath Park, and as you could easy, I was coming up Rowell Plus, and I know that it was game over coming up Rowell Dal Plus, which is only halfway, isn't it?
Halfway.
And then I thought I can just slip off here now, take left beer instead of right into the city. So I can't imagine. I would probably be like a 20. Yeah, I would like be crawling over the line of cut off in an Ironman probably. But it's meant in the head, isn't it?
It is, and that's part of what I love, I think, as well about endurance training, is it's really developed like my mental strength and doing things that, just pushing yourself past a limit, maybe a little bit further than you did in the last training run or event or whatever, that you do start to learn a new level of kind of mental strength and resilience and so on. And I kind of love that part.
Excellent. So running. When did you chuck a bike and swimming as well? When did that crop up?
So the running, like I kind of went from doing like random running, random training, signing up here and there to things. And then I did a couple of the 5K series, the Paul Popham ones in Swansea Bay. And I think I'd like what I call randomly got on the podium, which to me was like, I was like, what the hell? I shouldn't be up
You're
here.
randomly on a podium all the time, man.
I don't know. I was dressed in like random running kit with like some legit runners next to me either side, and one of them was the Swansea Harrier. And they said, "Oh, have you ever thought of running for a club?" And I was like, "No, the Harriers terrify me. Absolutely not." But I plucked up the kind of courage to go along, and they weren't as scary as they seemed at all. Just a normal running club, and I eventually signed up to a marathon, which was Newport in 2018, and the goal for that was to get a good for age in London. And ran 3:27 for my first marathon, and then was like, amazing, can't wait to do London. But after I did my first marathon, I was like, right, what next? So that's when I kind of signed up to a triathlon. And yeah, signed up to Mumble's Sprint, I think it was that year. And that would have been 2018 it was, yeah, when I kind of started dabbling with cycling and attempting to not drown swimming.
It's not easy. We done the first Sleep When You're Dead one down Barry, me and Nikki did. And didn't respect any of the disciplines. Well, I didn't. Nikki's a runner anyway, but it's not easy, is it?
It's not. And like with the swimming, I went into it quite arrogant, thinking I can run a marathon. It can't be that hard, can it? I went to the national pool, and I'm not joking. I could barely swim 50 meters. I was gasping for air. And the bike, like, to be honest, I was all right on the bike. And I've got, I'm tiny. I'm about 48 kilograms, 5'1", but I've got fairly decent power to weight ratio. So the bike I'm all right on, but the swim's actually the one I've struggled the most with the training. It's the one I've had to, you commit so much time to it. It's not like running where you're getting massive chunks off your time. You're like improving like by 2 seconds per 100 or something. And that's a big win.
Yeah. You do a length and it's shit. And then the next one is brilliant. And it's like, it's no
And it's so technical.
I know.
This is the thing. Like, with running, everyone's got totally different running styles, running gait. With cycling, you can kind of just, put the power down on the pedals. But with swimming, and I didn't really, I did like year 6 school lessons. That was about it. I didn't swim then again, apart from on holiday messing around. I'm so envious of all my friends who, grew up doing sort of competitive swim backgrounds, because I think as an adult, it's really hard to nail down that technical aspect of it.
Yeah. I think it's harder to learn as an adult than it is as a kid. I'm fluent in Welsh. Definitely. And I have the conversation. I know it's not, you can't do endurance sports in Welsh yet, but we speak in work as well. And like adult learners, and like I couldn't learn it as an adult now, because by the time I was 6 or 7, I was fluent in Welsh without even knowing it. And I think that's the same with when you're growing up swimming and everything. You're already a decent swimmer by the time you know you're alive.
100%. And like it's developing those like fundamental movement skills, and just trying to do that when you're nearly 30. When I started swimming was a whole different ball game.
Because the boys we know that are into the tri, like they say how hard to swim is. Like obviously Kyle's a beast at everything, but like
he's mental.
Like Steve in there, like he says how he's still shit at swimming and how hard it still is and how they're still learning, and they've been doing it years, like, and they still find that the hardest thing.
It is like, and I've had coaching and things like that, and I'm getting to a place now where I'm finally happy with my swim, but I still can't quite translate it to open water. So I'm all right in the pool, but chuck me in the sea and it's just like it all goes to shit. So that's my goal this year. Yeah.
It's a hairy place.
Yeah.
It is.
It's intriguing, but yeah, so when we were practicing, we done the open water down the short arm down Aberafan by Bar Galwa. And as soon as I didn't have any water under my feet and I couldn't see, in the pool you can see under your feet, can't you?
Yeah.
As soon as I didn't have any land under my feet that I could reach, and I couldn't see under it, I just had a panic attack and watched the boys do lengths. And still,
yeah, I had loads in my first triathlons. I kept getting panic. I've never had a panic attack, and at every swim I'd be getting one, because like you forget when you start sea swimming, you don't realize that when you put your head in the water, it's almost pitch black.
Yeah.
And you lose like that proprioception almost goes a bit, and yeah, you just get yourself into a stress. You've got to lay on your back and try and chill out.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. But I done that in the actual race. I was about 7 minutes behind everyone coming out, and I should have took a pack of fags in the water with me. I had so many.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you realise, you can just take a deep breath and turn on your back. It's all right then, isn't it?
It is 100%, and just telling yourself like you're fine.
Yeah,
you're gonna be all right. Just chill out.
So, and now you're really, really good at them all. and competing. So last year, I guess, was a big year for you.
Yeah. Last year and mainly really was the kind of year that, I don't know, it just did things that I maybe didn't think I would ever be able to do and were possible. And it kind of all got a bit more serious during COVID, I think. Like I upped the training a bit, and
Yeah.
I'd signed up to Ironman in 2019, right? Ironman Wales, first one. Waited 3 years to do it because it was cancelled year on year, and eventually got to do it in 2022. Loved it, but wanted to do it again. Like, I don't know, I just felt like it was an amazing day, but I learned a lot from the day, and I just wanted to have another crack at it, a bit more kind of serious. And then when they announced that the world champs were in Nice, I was like, oh my God, I want to qualify for that. Like, I've never really been as fussed on Kona, and it's probably because I wasn't one of these diehard triathletes for like years and years and years. Whereas, to those people, Kona is obviously this iconic race, and I totally get it. But for me, I was like, oh, I don't know, I'm not that fussed. But yeah, when they announced Nice, that was the goal really, was to qualify for that. And yeah, last year it was a big year overall. I had some really good results I was so proud of, starting with, what was the first one? Oh, Mumbles duathlon. And I'd never done a duathlon before. I don't know why, because I can't swim, so I probably should do more of them instead. But had a good day there. It was savage conditions, but it was like a 12-year record. And I broke the 12-year record at the duathlon. So that was a really exciting start to the year.
I seen that on your Instagram earlier because I meant to ask. I thought it was, what's Kyle the men's record? Is that the duathlon?
Yeah. We both got it there.
So we've completed members duathlon now. We've had both coach record holders on the pod.
Thing is, it was such a windy day as well. Like, it was horrible. It was about 20-something mile an hour winds with gusts of 35. I don't know if you've cycled across the airport road in Gower, but you just get absolutely blown. But yeah, it was good fun, but absolutely savage, because it's just like all out from the first second. It's mental.
I'd imagine because they're shorter distances, that's just flat out in it from the off.
Yeah, and to be honest, I prefer the longer stuff. Like, although I come from more of a fast, high intensity, more sprinting on the wing, I find, like I always say, I'd rather run a marathon. Like, I'd rather race a marathon than a 5K, honestly. Like, I don't know why. It's that those short, sharp ones are just brutal.
I rather them because I know they're over soon.
True.
You're thinking of it the wrong way.
I am. I'm slowly changing my mindset, but we'll get there. And then, so members duathlon, what was after that?
London Marathon. So the goal for that, the year before I had done, it was the year where they had put the Marathon London in October instead of April because of COVID in 2022. So I had London 3 weeks after my first Ironman. So I kind of just ticked, because I thought, well, you know what, you've got the fitness, haven't you? I basically had to do nothing. I just had to make sure I recovered more than anything. So I just, chilled out a bit, took the week off, and then just did some light running, a couple of like pick-me-up sessions, and then did London 3 weeks after Tenby in 2022 and ran a 2:50. But because of the fitness, that was a 6-minute PB. Because of that Ironman fitness, honestly, I felt amazing the entire marathon. And my coach said it will go one of two ways. You'll either get to 20 miles and absolutely blow up and the fatigue will kick in, or you'll get to 20 miles and think, this is nothing compared to an Ironman. Like, and you'll go. And I just, went for it. So ran a 2:50. Huh?
You had plenty still in the tank.
Yeah.
It must have been from the volume. So after that, then I thought, right, I need to break 2:50, because I think I ran 2:50, like something like 16 seconds, which is annoying, because if I'd actually known that on my watch, I would have just sped up a bit. So yeah, London last year, then the goal was to break 2:50, and I had a really good training block. And to be honest, went into it feeling confident. I was pretty confident, unless something went drastically wrong, like cramps or, stomach issues or anything like that. I thought I felt good about running the time. Yeah, and I ran a 2:47 last year. And luckily didn't get any of those super quick Welsh girls who run like 2:30 or mental. But because I was the first Welsh woman to cross the line, and it's the British champs, then it made me Welsh marathon champion. So happy days.
Amazing.
But so last year we qualified. Like last year was qualifying for world champs. That was the conditions were ridiculous. I don't know how any of you got around Tenby that day. We were down watching, obviously. What was it like? The conditions were unreal.
It was, I mean, do you know what? I love the heat. So as soon as I
Me
saw that
too,
it
but
was
not doing all
forecast,
that in it.
Not
I know. I thought the year before in 2022, it was like windy, rainy, just
wasn't
I
it?
don't know, not, yeah. Like I got off the bike cold, freezing, pretty sure I'd swallowed sewage in the swim, had horrendous stomach the entire marathon. Like all these things I wasn't expecting to happen happened. So then last year I was like, please, can it be sunny? Like all I want is it just to be sunny. And when it was like a heat wave on the forecast, I was like, here we go, brilliant. Because I'm quite small and I'm not too bad in the heat. So yeah, to be honest, when I saw that was the weather, but it was brutal. Like of course it was brutal, but I would take that over wet and windy any day.
Where do you do the work? I know you all do it throughout, obviously, but what's your favourite discipline in Ironman, and where do you do the chunk of your work?
What of the three? Well,
Yeah.
run definitely. Like I still call myself a runner that does triathlons. I don't still feel like I've qualified myself enough to be a triathlete. So yeah, definitely the run. I'd say that the volume of work really is on the bike though, especially for a course like Wales and a course like Nice, which is, huge elevation, really in parts technical challenging. So yeah, in terms of like the biggest proportion of my training goes to the bike, but because I've been running now, well, I mean, when I think how long I've been running since I could walk because I've always done team sports that involve running. And now I've kind of upped the number of marathons and so on I've done. My body can kind of handle the run training as well. So yeah, more on the bike, but still a lot focused on the run, and then swim as much as possible, but that's my least enjoyable.
Absolutely, mine as well. I don't enjoy any of it, actually.
Just retire.
No, I
No,
don't.
we can't. We're only just letting him go.
Yeah, I'm only just go dusted them back off. So up to this year now, and like I can't. The stuff you're doing this year as well is mad. So you've got London long course weekend, Swansea 73, Nice, and you forgot you were doing Swansea half, so you sent me a message about 3 days after saying and doing Swansea half.
Whoops.
Just squeeze that in.
Squeeze that one in, yeah. But yeah, I mean, the main focus is this year. Like, I know I've got what sounds like a lot of races, but London's the next, big one that I'm really kind of targeting. My coach is pushing me more with the run volume, and I've had some what I call monster runs, like a few 3 hours. I got some big ones coming up the next few weeks. So yeah, London and Nice, I would say, are the two big ones. The other ones slot in more as like long course is amazing. It's such an amazing weekend. I've done it the last couple of years, and it's brilliant training weekend, amazing atmosphere, just great people, good organisation. And then yeah, Swansea 70.3. I can't say no because I live literally 2 minutes from the bike course, and it's where I train. I'm basically spending a shitload of money to just train normally.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I've got to do that one. But yeah, the big ones really are London and then Nice.
And
How is it for London? Feeling good 6 weeks out? Everything going well?
Yeah, can't believe how quickly time's going though.
No.
Like it's one of those things, isn't it, with spring marathons? You start training in January and you're like, oh, it's April, it's ages away. And then suddenly it's like less than 6 weeks. But no, training's going really well. Running, I feel like I'm running the best I've ever ran. I've like umming and ahhing with what sort of goal to try and target, because you do when I'm looking for sort of minutes here and there, you're going out at a really specific pace. Like I'm talking like knocking a couple of seconds per k off. But I think the goal this year is to try and break 2:45. I don't know if it's ambitious or not. It might be a little bit, and I don't know, maybe I won't be there yet. Maybe that's a goal for next year, but that's what I'm going to try and target is sub 2:45.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, London be a good one as well. Where you've run it, so it's like it's not the easiest of courses, but it's mostly flat. And if you can get out to that pack early, you're probably in championship next year, this year.
Yeah. So, and that's what. Yeah, you're right. So I've champs this year, and I was in the championships last year, and So, you're surrounded by really generally fast runners. Find yourself a little pack to run with. I just love the day. Like, I think this will be maybe it'll be my 5th London Marathon. I probably should, this is my problem. I'm a creature of habit. I've done the same things the last couple of years. I just love it. But it's just, the day is just unreal. The support, like literally from that first K until that finish line, is just insane. And that, I always say, like, this is why I do it. I could probably choose a really flat, fast, quiet marathon and knock more time off. But I just love the whole build up to the race day, the pints afterwards, standing, somewhere in London with a cold plastic cup of IPA. That's what it's about for me.
Definitely. Yeah, I was saying to Gareth before we come on, because he's on about like he wants to do one and what ones, and I said like Newport's probably flatter, but I found it so boring. Like I've told him if he does get to a big one like a Manchester, London, obviously London's hard to get in, but like a big city one, it's well worth the additional hassle of getting there, travel, because the support on the course gives you that so much more, I think.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, and for some people, they don't like the big crowds, and like Newport and quieter races suit them. But yeah, I thrive on it, to be honest. I love it. I love getting involved with people, like high-fiving, saying thanks, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can grow the podcast enough by next year, and I can throw my toys out of the palm like Stephen Scullion done this week and get a place in London then. So we've got to
Anyway, just kick off
pod,
on Insta.
Get a big following on the pod. Say, oh yeah, I want a marathon place, or I'm quitting. And then 2 days later, London Marathon.
You'd be in.
My DMs.
You'd be in the champs.
Oh, I hope not. Oh, excellent. And then so the World Championships. That's for a creature of habit. That's an all new kettle of fish for you, then.
I know it is, isn't it? I've never done. Well, actually, I've done one race abroad, but that was San Francisco Marathon, which was like a very random thing because my parents booked a last minute trip 2 weeks before, and they were like, "Do you fancy coming?" I was like, "Obviously." And I was like, "Oh, I wonder if there's like a park run or something when I'm there." And I googled it, and San Francisco Marathon was the day after we landed. Oh. So 2 weeks before, I signed up and just thought I can't miss out on this. Oh. But yeah, aside from that, this would be first proper kind of abroad race, which I've always wanted to do. It's such. I mean, I went to Nice when I was like that teenage age where you don't really appreciate it. It's like an amazing view and you're just like moping around. Yeah. But it's a beautiful place. Hopefully be nice and warm, which I like. Obviously piggyback in a nice holiday. My partner, my mum, dad, possibly my brother, but he's moved to Australia. So whether he can be bothered to fly that far back to watch me, I doubt it. But yeah, we're making a proper trip of it. And it's kind of different this year because with Tenby last year, like my goal, I wanted a podium in my age group and I wanted to qualify for World Champs. Whereas this, like, it really is about personal performance. And I'm not going to be up there with the top girls, like, at all. I'm just not at that standard. There's some phenomenal girls across the world that will be racing, but it would just be an amazing experience and a really cool thing. And as well, because it's like a women's only race, it would be such a cool thing to experience as well. And you get to see all the pros out there, which is just amazing. I'll be fangirling the whole time.
Yeah. Sounds awesome. How many will be competing at that, Em? How many are at the race?
I think it's about, I want to say like 2,500, but I might have totally made that up. Probably someone will message and say I'm completely out the ballpark. They have up the numbers because they've got it on the separate days now. And I know everyone was kicking off about it being in 2 different locations and whatnot, but for me, I booked my flight right in a January sale. It was so cheap. It's so easy to get to, and it would just be an amazing kind of 2 weeks away holiday, do an Ironman, experience the whole buzz, and
awesome.
Yeah, it's nice. It's good that they've done that because for some athletes, corner's just unattainable as well. Even if you do get what you need, it's just an arm and a leg, innit? So at least you've got this opportunity every 2 years to qualify for a more local one as well, then, I guess, isn't it?
100%. And like, it's a totally different course. Like, aside from Kona being really expensive and far away and all that sort of stuff, I wouldn't suit the course because it's like there's undulating sections, but it's not the type of course that would suit me. Whereas Nice is hilly as hell. Like, it's absolutely, I think it's more elevation than Tenby.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And it's so like that suits me, to be honest. Being small is I prefer hillier courses. The run will be amazing. The run's flat, which I won't be used to. I don't know if that's better or worse because Tenby, obviously, you've got the 4 laps up and down, which is savage, but also mixes up, I suppose, the muscle groups you're using and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a different course, which means that it suits different people and maybe brings in more of a range of athletes as well.
You must go up Heartbreak Hill like a bullet then, Em.
I love it. I remember when I did it in my first one in 2022, someone said to me the day before, whatever you do, because it's mental crowds, do not go mad up Heartbreak Hill because you just get carried away. I was like, no, I won't. I'll take it steady. Did I fuck? I literally got to the bottom. I was absolutely pumped, buzzing. Actually sent it up the hill, looked, and my heart rate was like 190. I was like, whoops, went a little bit hard there. But yeah, I don't mind Heartbreak Hill. It's like draggy, that one.
It's, from our point of view, it's amazing. And we spent hours this year. It was boiling as well, right by the pub as well. So you could grab a cider in that heat as well. But
Parked up well. Oh, it's amazing. And like I've been to watch Ironman only once when I was like, so in 2018 I went to watch it when I was really new to it all, didn't have a clue. It was like, I think I'd been there for 2 minutes watching and I was like, I am signing up to this. This is, because we turned up to Heartbreak Hill and I was like, this is mental.
Easy.
But yeah, I love it.
yeah, I was the same last year. I was there with a vape going, I'm signing up next year. I haven't signed up, but I haven't vaped since. So I did chuck a vape in the bin. Baby steps.
Exactly.
Oh, excellent. Busy year then. Excellent. I hope you get everything you wish for him. Yeah. God knows your history proves that you will, but God loves a trier as well.
I don't know.
I'm working hard.
That's the thing. Just I love the training. I love the everything about it. And at the end of the day, results are amazing, but I always just want to give everything I've got on that day, and whatever that turns out to be. I always say, if you finish first or you finish 100th or 1,000th, as long as you've given everything that you could on that day with the cards you dealt, then that's all you can ever do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all you can.
Yeah, I will clip that up and we're going to go viral with that one. Maybe in the background.
Get you that London Marathon spot with it.
Excellent. Should we take a little break and then come back and do our famous this or that and some questions for you off Instagram?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
There we are. Cool. There we are. Great. Back with Emily for Nicky's famous this or that. What have we got for Emily this week, Nick?
Right then, here we go. Couple for you off the bat. Long run or long bike?
Long run.
I think you've already answered this one with your summing up earlier. Summer or winter training?
Summer. I'm a summer baby. August. Love it.
Long course weekend or Ironman?
Oh, that's a hard one. It's got to be Ironman, but long course weekend is also, incredible weekend.
Yeah. Well, I think you answered this one as well. The pool or the sea?
Do you know what? I'd love to say the sea to be one of those people, but nah, pool every day.
London or Tenby?
Oh, Tenby. It's special.
And last of all, post-race, is it beer or bubbles?
Not beer. Every time. IPA. I literally, that's, when you get those bags you give at races, the first thing I put in the bags is a couple of IPA cans. So yeah.
I always put it into my bag after a race. But
What have we done?
Guinness, me.
Are you?
Yeah.
I've come around to Guinness, to be fair.
I straight to a few pints of Guinness after the race because I can't eat. I find my hunger is gone, so I'm like a few Guinness sorts me out.
Do you not find it? I think about it in the last couple of K. I actually think, imagine how good that can's going to be, that IPA or that pint.
Class. So we got this week.
Very good, very nice. Right, let's have a look. A lot of the thing is with Q&As, we wouldn't be very good podcast sorts if we didn't cover a lot of them throughout the kind of podcast. So just going through and checking what we covered and what we haven't. Did you say you had a goal time for London 2024 this year? What?
Yeah. So yeah, the goal's sub 2:45.
Okay, good.
Just going to put it out there, and it sounds really scary, and it's like, we were saying at these sorts of times, it's like 2 minutes, well, just over 2 minutes is actually shitloads. So yeah,
We've
I'm going
had
to give
that
it a
on
go.
here before, because when you're running my pace, minutes don't matter, seconds don't matter. And then I say to Nikki, what was it on about? The 2:59:59 or the 33 hours and 1 minute. It's like, what's it? It's only 2 seconds different. But I can't say it out loud or I rip my throat out.
No, I know it sounds ridiculous though, doesn't it?
Yeah. But it's all
It's true.
it's your own mental.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
So you just said Ironman Wales or London Marathon. You just picked Tembe. So yeah, Tembe.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's just the most amazing experience.
Do you do triathlon just for the gram, being a runner at heart?
Of course. Nah, I didn't. It was just, I don't know how long I'll do triathlon for. Like, I absolutely love it, but I've got to be honest, I've definitely got ultra running in my head as a little bit of another future kind of, I don't know, itch to scratch. I think scratch to itch, whatever it is.
Going with that, and what have you got an ultra in mind? A bucket list one or like a
Not really.
one?
Like,
It'll have to be on
probably
your
some of the hench ones, I reckon. I did the Gower Ultra when did I do that? A couple of years ago. And won that. I wasn't expecting to. I say won it. It was like, no, it was so low key. And to be honest, you're so fucked. You just don't even like think about it. But it was savage. But I think it's what, like, ultimately, I think it's what my body is more suited to, really, is that long, kind of hilly, ultra kind of style. Yeah.
Nice.
Which section of Swansea Prom is your favourite?
It's all I ever run. Actually, on the cliff path. That's a great question. I think it's between Blackpill and Norton. Nice and flat, can be sheltered from the wind, and you're not dodging too many people. So yeah, good question.
This was the one that was my favourite. I know you've picked Tembe over London, but what's got the better atmosphere? Heartbreak Hill or Tower Bridge?
Oh, that is savage, that one.
This is the one when I was speaking to you on Instagram the other day, and I said I've just had one is going to be a mind bender.
That's really good. Do you know what? I think I would say Heartbreak Hill because I know more people. So, like, although Tower Bridge is longer, it's like, I don't know how many people deep either side. It is like one of the most amazingly supported places. But Heartbreak Hill, so many people. Someone saying your name every 2 seconds. That just makes it special. And seeing your family, your friends, people you've trained with, just all of that. So yeah, Heartbreak Hill.
SVT take up 75% of the hill as well, don't they?
100% takeover.
Favourite Gower trail run?
Oh, nice.
RL
What, like specific?
Been in the DMs for the week.
That's a good question. Like what, specific route or like a section?
All I've got is favourite Gower trail run. Make of it what you wish.
So my favourite loop, if you go on my Strava, you'll see I tend to just do the same loops as well. Apart from my usual long run is does the cliff path from Limeslow to Caswell and back. That's classic. But proper Gower trail running, I do an amazing loop, Southgate, through the golf course, drop down, drop up, end up on the top of Kevin Bryn, down into Nicholson, through these amazing woods, loop yourself back gradually to Three Cliffs. That's a lovely, I think it's about 18, 19, 20-ish K. But yeah, you just get all sorts.
Lovely. Right. The big one. Kyle Blackmore or Steve Holloway?
I'm not picking one. I love them both. I love all the Bradlar. Like, I thought one of these was going to come, but nah, I love them both.
Yeah.
Both quality.
You're going to sit on
Yeah, amazing, guys. 100%. I'm sitting on that fence.
No problem. I like them both as well.
Who do you prefer?
Kyle's on the pod. Steve won. So Kyle's on top on points at the moment.
Fair point.
And the last one that we are going to start asking all of our guests, but you're the first one that I've remembered to ask it for. Who would play you in a movie of your endurance sports life?
What, like an actress vibe?
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? This is so unrelated to actual endurance sports, but you wouldn't believe how many times in my life people say I look like Jodie Foster. And since I was like, I don't know, late teens, and like bearing in mind, even when I was late teens, she was still like probably 40, and I was like, that is not a compliment. But apparently I look like Jodie Foster as a child actress. Now people just say I look like Jodie Foster. So do you know what? I'm going to go with her. Why
Panic
not?
Room. Was it
And
the Panic
she
Room?
I can't remember. I'm not that good with films. She did that one recently about that. Oh, what was it called? That woman that was like in her 60s that swam
Oh,
from
God. Jodie
Florida
Foster
to
was a lot older
Cuba.
than I thought she was.
Yeah, she's getting on. So,
I'll Google her
but
younger.
I don't know.
I'll
I
tell
think
you.
it's my nose and my mouth. So I'll go with Jodie
Younger,
Foster.
yeah. Younger, I would, yeah, but certainly not anymore.
Thank you. It's a compliment.
There we are. Lovely. Thank you very much, Em. It's been a pleasure. An hour flies by so fast when you're having a
It
chat, isn't
does.
it? I'm happy. Anything else we haven't touched on? Anything else you wanted to add? If not,
No, I'm good. Thanks for the chat. It's been fun.
oh, we just need to know what your race shoe is for London.
Oh, yeah, nice. Well, do you know what? So I'm in two minds because I've been listening to your rants. I couldn't agree more. The prices of Nike are just unbelievable. I'm still wearing I don't know which version it is of the Alpha Flies, the purple ones. Which ones are they?
Version
Ones. Oh
1.
my God. There's the threes out now, isn't it?
Threes have just
But
come.
to be honest,
Get all
I just think I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and buy some new ones because I've worn those Alpha Flies for 210Bs, Swansea halves, London, everything. They're probably worn to hell. So I might,
Price the bubble on.
Yeah.
I might just go for it and
Pound a mile,
get the
isn't it?
expensive Alpha Fly threes.
Exactly. It's
Do you know
pound a
what?
mile.
It's worth it, isn't it?
Worth it in the long run.
Worth it.
It's not when you have to pay, but long run, just think of it, pound a mile. Pound a mile.
I think Nike used to do like 50% sales.
They
So I
used to
bought
be
those
so
original
good.
Alpha Flies.
And the
They never do them now.
Use a discount code, and I love Nike.
I know.
Most people, but I couldn't even use a discount code on the Alpha Flight shoes.
rules to do that.
Joke.
It
Cost of living, like, come on.
Robbing us.
Help us out.
But then you buy them cheaper elsewhere, but then you don't get that 50-year warranty you get with Nike as well, then, do you?
Yeah, and they are good to be fair. They replaced. I had some. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent.
No.
I had some old like Tempo Next Percents, and the bubble burst, and they literally burst a week before the 12-month warranty. So I emailed them, sent me a brand new pair.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I had a pair of Pegasus Next to Nature's when they first came out, didn't I? And after about 18 months, the wool ripped. They gave me a full refund.
Love it.
But I just can't afford to be dropping £280 on a pair of trainers to run a 210.
I know. Yeah, you can. They're actually cheaper then per mile.
Yeah.
It's actually a bargain.
And I get much more value for money because I use them so much.
Exactly.
There we are. Lovely. Thank you very much, Em. All the best in everything you do. And when it gets warmer now, I might see you on prom.
I'm always there.
If it can't wait, make sure you do apologise again in people's way.
Yeah, sorry.
Lovely. There we are. Thank you very much, Nick.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming on, and all the best with London and Nice and the other races in between.
Yeah.
We will see you on a start line somewhere soon.
Yes, we will.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.